Every decision in your life matters. However, how much each one matters differs a lot from decision to decision. If you were to just take a different way home, walking, that would not make all that much of a difference, right? But if you were to make a much bigger decision like choosing the lifestyle you want to live or choosing which career path you want to go down, that obviously impacts your life a lot more than just choosing a different way to go home. And the one big life decision that I've been trying to make is making my sleep a lot better. Because I'm not sure if you can exactly see this, but I have eye bags and my sleep just has not been great overall. And the way I tried to fix this problem initially was focusing on just sleeping earlier. But I didn't look at the root cause of it all, and rather I focused on just the end thing and the negative in this case. But that took away a lot of energy from doing the things that I had to do, and the main cause of me sleeping later was not doing those things that I had to do earlier, like editing, recording, writing a script, working out, reading. Those things that I know I should be doing every single day, I started procrastinating about them, and that pushed my sleep back even more than before. And the thing that actually helped me here was doing those things a lot earlier in the day. So the point of me telling you this story is to say that adding more positives will always outweigh removing negatives. And I don't mean this in the fact that just positives weigh more than negatives. It's probably quite the opposite, but it's purely because adding more positives is infinitely more easier than removing negatives from your life. I'm sure all of us have that just one really bad habit that we want to get rid of, we just can't seem to get rid of. For the longest time for me, it was porn. I've gotten rid of that, and my next big thing was sleep. For some of you, it might be something very similar or something completely different, but either way, you want that bad thing gone so badly, and you keep on focusing on that, and you just can't seem to do it. And I think your problem is you focus on the negative too much. So I just want you to imagine this situation, right? All of us, our trajectory for life starts out flat. We're not making really any decisions as a baby, and we're just staying purely flat. But with each and every decision we make in our life, our trajectory of life can go either upwards or downwards, where if we stay in a positive trajectory, well, our life is going to be a lot better. But if we stay in a negative trajectory, our life is going to obviously get worse, right? Simple logic. But then I want you to imagine two guys. These two guys start at the same point, and they are doing two positives and one negative. And their trajectory starts around here. I'm just going to use this as a baseline, right? And so let's take guy one, for example. He tries to focus on the negative and completely cutting out that one negative thing. And let's say best case scenario, he removes that within 3 months really easily. And that's not relatively realistic because that one bad thing really stuck on is not going to be gone that quickly. But let's just say best case scenario, he gets rid of it within 3 months and his trajectory goes to like this. And he stays like that for a couple more years and he's really satisfied with his progress. But the difference he's made will not be all that big, right? It's going to be maximum like this within a couple of years. But let's take another guy two. And rather than focusing on the negative, he focuses on the positive solely. And he just adds so many positive things that his trajectory just completely skyrockets, that outweighs the negative completely. And so his trajectory goes from this to like this. And the progress he has made is a lot bigger. And I would want to stretch this out a lot more with my hands, but you get my point, right? Adding more positives in your life will always outweigh the negatives. However, this depends on the negative, of course. If your negative is really detrimental, like something that impacts your health, which is both mental and physical, or something that just impacts all areas of life, I think that is something that you have to focus on a lot more, because the impact of that is going to be a lot worse than you really think. And it's not something that you can ignore, and it's something that could most likely get a lot worse. But for most cases of you, your positive is not going to, or your negative is not going to be that bad. And it's something that you can very much outweigh with a ton of positives. But just on a final note, I want you to think about these things when it's time to think about these things. Don't think about them every single time you're making a decision, because life is meant to be enjoyed in the moment. You should enjoy the present time and the present moment without worrying about things too much. Just make a small thought about if it's a good thing or a bad thing and just go off from there. There's a time and place for thinking and reflecting on your decisions, and that's when you get home and it's before bedtime or sometime where you're alone and you get to be with your thoughts alone and consider how your day was. That time is not during the day when you're doing things out and about, trying to get things done and just having a good time, right? So I don't want you to, after watching this video, always consider every single small decision. No, I want you to enjoy life to your fullest, and I want you to have a very fun time with how long you're gonna be on this planet for. So besides that, that's gonna be about it for this video. So to anyone who's enjoyed this video and hasn't subscribed yet, I do highly suggest subscribing, and I do appreciate everybody who watches to the end, so thank you. But stay consistent, stay disciplined, and keep on doing the things that need to be done, all right? Think about what you do and think about how it affects you, but don't consider it all the time, all right? That's not something that I want you to do, and that's not the point of this video. But yeah, besides that, just give me a kiss. Mwah.